perspective because I know that there's some brainwashed people out there saying, well, I thought you liked the tough era. I thought you said LeBron couldn't hack it in the tough era. Let's be very clear. There's a difference between being tough and being dirty. And if you don't understand that, I mean, Jesus Christ, you don't know the difference between being tough and dirty? Being dirty is what people who can't hack being tough do. Dirty is the behavior of frustrated people who aren't good enough. But the Pistons are only part of the story. Michael had to go through the Knicks too, who were also legendarily tough and hard. And we've got Charles Oakley. I read his book, The Last Enforcer, and I mean, I read it a year ago, and I've debated how much to include it because I liked some of his quotes at the beginning, but it's actually a piece of shit book. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's like an insecure dude who had a bunch of uninteresting stories. It's him going and trying to convince you, the reader, that he actually got the better end of a bunch of disputes that he had off the court as well. Dudes, girlfriends leaving him to fuck other dudes, and like him trying to convince you that he got the better end of that one by talking shit to the guy. I'm like, dude, your women are fucking other guys. Something bigger is going wrong here. Fuck you, Charles Oakley. Ever since he started being a fucking media whore recently, all these guys that I never used to have a problem with are just like showing their true colors, and it's really sad. But Charles Oakley, the reason I bring him up, he literally claims that the NBA changed the rules because of him, because he set a record for technicals and flagrants or something. Let me go look up the quote. Okay. Oakley not only led the league in flagrant fouls, he had more flagrant fouls himself than 15 teams ended up with for the year. He had more than twice as many flagrants as the next person leading the flagrant foul category. And this is back when it was hard to get called for a flagrant. So my point is that these people are saying that Jordan whined or complained, or LeBron fans are saying that Jordan had the rules changed for him. No, Jordan was enduring people who defined themselves via fouling. They had to find a way to make their own mark in the NBA. And the only way that they could do it and stand out from other people was to be that guy that you knew was going to lay someone out. And again, lay someone out sounds cool as long as it's your team doing it to the team you don't like. But when someone lays you out, all of a sudden you remember, whoa, that's illegal. What is this? Chapter 5. And he opens it up with the quote. It's actually Mike Tyson's quote. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What do you think? What do you think's coming after that? Clearly he's going to talk about roughing people up. Now, if you recall, Oakley was teammates with Jordan briefly, and Jordan was actually very sad to lose Oakley because they needed some toughness. And I think Jordan said that Oakley was his only real friend on the team, and Oakley to this day would like to claim that he and Jordan are best friends. I don't know. Not after reading this fucking piece of shit book. So Oakley's actually talking about the Pistons and the Jordan rules. And these are coming out of Oakley's mouth. This is coming out of Oakley's mouth. Remember, this is a tough guy himself, literally telling you how dirty the Pistons were. The other rule was anytime Jordan went by you, you had to nail him. Daly, Chuck Daly said this to his team. If he was coming off a screen, nail him. Now let's go back to the montage that you're supposed to be creating of Magic Johnson getting manhandled. All the beatdowns that Magic Johnson endured, all the beatdowns that Dr. J endured, all the beatdowns that Larry Bird endured. How long is your montage? How long is your highlight clip of those guys getting cheap shotted? And how does that compare to the highlight reel of Michael Jordan getting taken down in mid-air? I mean, it just became a common thing to be seen. And maybe that's the problem. Like doing that to Jordan became so common that people were like, oh, well, that's just, how you play against him because you can't stop him otherwise. Well, that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it legal. And I guarantee you'd be frustrated if the league was allowing this to happen to you. You want your career to end early? I don't think so. Again, to the double standards, the shifting baselines of the LeBron fans who will say, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. But I thought that's what toughness was. I thought you said LeBron wouldn't be able to make it in that era. No, he wouldn't. He would not. He would not. You are the same people who look at pictures of LeBron James flexing when he's in the safety of a gym after juicing up on his steroids and thinking that a photograph of someone with muscles is the same thing as him being able to play in the NFL or fight Mike Tyson, which is just about as dumb as it gets. Because no matter how many times LeBron James poses flexing, y'all are missing the point that he ends up on the ground and he likes being on the ground. Those muscles seem to be meant for throwing himself to the ground in a dramatic fashion rather than staying up and staying in the fight. How do you people see that behavior and turn around and claim that he could win a fight against Mike Tyson? Fucking LeBron James wouldn't come within 500 yards of a ring where Mike Tyson was waiting for him, even at Mike Tyson's current age. If I was an NFL player, I'd be offended at the suggestion that LeBron James could last a fucking minute in the NFL, and I would challenge him. I mean, a wide receiver, a skinny-ass wide receiver, should challenge LeBron James to show his ass up on the field. Just come on out here, bitch. Put on some pads. Let's see what happens. LeBron James can't stay standing when he's the biggest guy on the court. He's almost always the biggest guy on the court. What's he going to do against football players? Some of you actually like when I bring up childhood stories, so I'll share another one. In the little shithole I grew up in, baseball wasn't an official school sport. You had to wait until summer to play that. And I don't know how, because I wasn't good enough, but I had to play pitcher. The batter hit that fucking thing right into my ankle. And I fucking made a spectacle of it. I'm embarrassed even now. And I was dancing around and shit. And after the game, I said something to my dad about, complained about it hitting me. And he said, yeah, and you made sure everyone knew, didn't you? And I was so fucking embarrassed and angry because, of course, what I wanted to hear was, oh, I bet that hurt. Jesus Christ. Thank Christ. Thank God. Thank God he was man enough not to cater to me being a bitch, which is what the entire world and the entire media is now for any goddamn thing that LeBron James says or does. I mean, no one has the balls to be like, dude, can you shut the fuck up and stop being a bitch? Because that's what I was being. Hey, sometimes shit hurts. The point I'm getting at is the difference between not showing that you're hurt and being like, fuck you, you can't stop me, I'm going to keep going. And being like, falling fucking down and trying to get the referee and just not winning the game yourself, just trying to manipulate things. You know, hey, listen, I'm admitting that I'm not the toughest guy on the planet. But compared to today, I mean, god damn these prima donna motherfuckers. Were any of these motherfuckers raised by a dad with testicles? I guess that's why it's so offensive that these fucking assholes try to say that the rules were changed for Jordan. How many goddamn highlights do you need to see of people taking cheap shots? Just fucking throwing their bodies into him. They're not even making plays on the ball. They're just like, well, this guy's better than me. Fuck it. I'm going to hit him like we're playing a different sport. And you know, god damn well that all hell would have to be paid if anyone outwardly said something like LeBron rules or he goes to the paint, you put him on his ass. I mean, they literally fucking said it. You've got the coaches on the record. You've got the players on the record. You've got people from other teams on record. They're like, yeah, I don't know how he survived. And you fucking punk ass bitches, the softest generation that's ever existed, have the nerve to talk shit about Jordan pussed out. You fucking cunts don't have the fucking right to even talk about Michael Jordan, you fucking little bitches. Where's the pride in not showing the enemy that you're hurt and just fucking overcoming? It's gone. It's gone. No. Now it's all about fucking soccer. European football is basketball. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You can say that that's just part of football. That's fine. Don't fucking make it part of basketball. You can't even blame the Europeans. You can't blame the European influence. It's fucking bitch-ass LeBron James. And you know what? Before him, as good as Dwayne Wade was, I remember him being on the ground all the goddamn dramatic time. Those two were a great pair for each other. Believe it or not, I can only complain for so long. I'm bringing it to a close. I'm going to leave you with this quote from Xavier McDaniel questioning the league today. And I'm also going to ask you guys, ever since reading The Last Enforcer and Charles Oakley declaring himself maybe the toughest guy ever, I'm actually a little disappointed in what I'm able to find on him. And I'm not advocating for violence, but his highlight reel of him being tough is not all that impressive. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm not saying there isn't anything, but it's not all that.